Golden State Valkyries. Because when they did the extension draft, there was this belief that the reason they were really just sort of going with some of the players that they were going with is that they could leave a league high amount of cap space. And they have that right now. And it seemed like at the time, like, okay, like they're a serious threat to really add at least one star. They have the money, they got more
Sure.
money than anybody else. They need somebody, right? That has not happened. Like their ability to outbid suitors has not mattered. No one has chose Golden State, which is just a touch surprising. I know nobody wants to be like the very first person to go on the moon exploration, right? Like there's a lot that could
Yeah.
happen and you kind of want to see someone
Hmm.
else do it. But I think this is surprising just because, as I mentioned before, Golden State, huge investment, great resources, and obviously a great basketball town. And they're going to play at the Chase Center and they're going to have a lot of support behind them. So we thought maybe somebody would find their way there. That's not the case. And you could say, well, let's just look at next year's draft, right? Because they'll probably have a very high draft pick, maybe the number one overall draft pick if they don't make any additional moves because they just have a lot of debt players right now and no true superstars at this point. But there's some reports, according to Alexa Philippou, that part of the reason that the Storm were so willing to get rid of, or that the Sparks were so willing to trade away that number two overall pick, is that there's some whispers that maybe Paige Bueckers will use that other year of eligibility and stay in college. Maybe Olivia Miles will use that other year of eligibility and stay in college. And so it seemed less appetizing. Like, well, if we can't get these type of players, then we're just going to trade it away and go for more depth and look ahead to next year. So I would say Golden State's a little bit like surprising that no one wanted to go there and be a face that they could build around.
I mean, when you put it that way, Elle, now you got my wheel spinning. What's wrong with Golden State? Why don't people want to rock that? It's like I guess it's like when a new vehicle comes out, a new model vehicle or a new type of car, you're like, I don't want to buy the first one because I'm going to be bringing this thing into the shop often.
100%. It's like the people who decided to be the very first guy to go like completely assisted driving, right? Like, oh,
Yeah,
I'll
it
just go
ain't
into
going to be me.
self-driving mode. Like, I'm not going to be the one to try out and see if your self-driving mode works.
I'll let y'all have that one. Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all work out some kinks before I come and risk my life. I
And then
mean,
holla at the kid.
and then you can
Okay.
holla at the boy. And it's one of those like sort of domino effects, right? You get one
Yeah.
player,
You
and then
get one and
look at the
then the rest
fever,
happens.
right? Like look at the fever. It wasn't exactly a destination for people. Aaliyah Boston goes there. Caitlin Clark goes there. Now all of a sudden people are like, I can see it. I can see the
Yeah.
core. I can see you know what I mean? And then they want to come. So some of it I think will obviously happen as they're able to draft and like. I think that the Golden State Vegas Knights, or I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, rather. I knew I was going to get there eventually.
Hmm.
Hockey. They were such a outlier, like a
Correct.
expansion franchise that was instantly good,
Yes.
like right away. That's not normally how it works. These things take a few.
So when we talk about the Valkyries, right? We don't know what's going to happen, and that's why I keep telling a lot of people on Twitter and X and on my other channels, like, hey, the word around the street is Paige Bueckers. She's going back to college. So you guys keep banking on this and banking on that. Paige is going back to college supposedly. So that's why you're seeing so many free agency moves to Dallas. Why do you think Dallas is trying to stack their team right now? Paige might go back to college. And people keep doubting me, and now you're hearing straight from here, from ESPN. Paige might go back to college. So the Valkyries, I don't know what they're planning to do. All they have, the biggest star they have there is Kate Martin. So Elle's right. Like it might take one superstar to go there for everyone else to be like, oh, okay, now I'm going to go over there. Until then, you don't want to be in the Bay on $100,000 salary where your car gets broken into left and right. You don't want to be in the Bay in a new system in the new team around the block. You do not want to be there. Hold 0 championships, hold nothing. No. So, like I said, if Paige and as far as Paige going back to college, I mean, I wouldn't see that being an issue for her. I mean, her game is developed, but she's still. I believe she thinks that she could do more. She's just starting to trust herself after the injury. She's really starting to trust herself, and I feel like her career in college is coming to an end quick. And also, she makes more money in college. Let's just be completely honest. She makes more money in college now. And like I said, maybe she wants to come out next year and see what the situation is next year because I don't know. Me personally, though, I think it has to do with development. I think she wants to come into the league ready. I don't see Paige being physically ready for the WNBA. I think personally she's a very good off-ball player. I think she's going to be able to handle her own. Average 15 a game in the WNBA if she goes to the right system. Who's going to play her? Like if she were to end up with like the Minnesota Lynx, she's not going to get that much playing time. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're Becky Hammond, doesn't matter who you are. So I don't know if she wants to be in. I don't know what the situation is, but I'm telling you right now, she might end up back in college. I don't see it being a problem. I just see it being a situation where she's trying to develop. She's going to make more money, and she's trying to be in the WNBA as a rookie, trying to ball out. So that's really all I have on the Valkyries and Paige Bueckers. Like I said, with the Valkyries, it's going to take one person to go there, and like Elle said, it's going to be a domino effect. So I don't know who it's going to be. It's going to take one person, though. You're going to have to go over there and join up with Kate Martin. And then now you'll start to see a different coach. You'll start to see more girls, more veterans want to go there and join there and get it popping or whatever the case is, man. Look, if you have not, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm out.